For the first time in history, Social Security checks have broken the $2,000 barrier, but there's a massive surge happening that most people don't know about. In this video, you'll discover why Social Security applications jumped 18% this year, how recent law changes could put an extra $1,000 in your pocket monthly, and the critical timing mistakes that could cost you thousands in retirement benefits. Welcome to Financial Area, where we break down the money moves that matter most. If this information helps you secure your financial future, smash that like button and subscribe for more retirement strategies that actually work. Right now, something unprecedented is happening with Social Security that's catching even the experts off guard. Between January and May of this year, the Social Security Administration recorded an 18% surge in benefit applications compared to the same period last year. That's not just a small uptick. That's a massive wave of people suddenly deciding they need their Social Security checks now, not later. What's really interesting is who's driving this surge. It's primarily 62-year-olds, people who are claiming their benefits at the earliest possible age, even though they know they'll get smaller monthly checks for the rest of their lives. This goes against everything financial advisors have been telling people for years about waiting longer to maximize benefits. So what's changed? There are four major forces creating this perfect storm. First, we have the aging baby boomers, the largest generation in American history, finally hitting retirement age in massive numbers. This was predictable, but the timing has accelerated beyond what anyone expected. Second, there's genuine political uncertainty that's making people nervous. When policy changes are constantly being debated and programs are being threatened, many people would rather secure what they can get now rather than risk potentially getting less later. It's not necessarily logical, but it's very human. Third, recent rule changes have actually made Social Security more attractive for certain groups, particularly people with pensions from jobs that weren't covered by Social Security. We'll dive deep into this because it could mean thousands of extra dollars for millions of people. And fourth, more people are getting smart about spousal benefit strategies, switching from claiming benefits based on their spouse's record to their own record when it becomes more advantageous. But here's what's really driving early claims: fear. Take someone like Karen McCahee, a 66-year-old from suburban Chicago. She originally planned to wait until age 70 to claim her benefits, which would have maximized her monthly check. But political concerns and fears about potential cuts to Social Security and related programs like Medicaid changed her mind. She moved up her timeline and started claiming earlier, accepting smaller monthly payments in exchange for the security of knowing she's locked in her benefits. This emotional aspect of Social Security claiming is huge right now. People aren't just making mathematical decisions. They're making decisions based on uncertainty and fear about the future. And that's leading to some choices that might not be optimal from a purely financial standpoint. Now let's talk about the other side of this story: the record-breaking benefit amounts. For the first time in Social Security's history, the average monthly retirement check has surpassed $2,000. In May, the average benefit reached exactly $2,022, which represents a 4.5% increase from $1,916 the previous year. This milestone isn't just a nice round number. It represents the growing importance of Social Security as the primary income source for millions of retirees. For many people, that $2,000 plus monthly check is the difference between financial security and financial stress in retirement. Part of this increase comes from the annual cost of living adjustment, or COLA. In 2024, the COLA was 2.5%, which was actually the smallest increase since 2020. While this helped boost benefits, it's not the whole story behind why average checks are hitting record highs. The real game changer is something called the Social Security Fairness Act, which was signed into law earlier this year. This legislation repealed two provisions that had been reducing benefits for certain retirees: the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. Here's why this matters. If you worked for a government agency, school district, or other employer that didn't pay into Social Security, but you also worked other jobs that did pay into Social Security, you were getting penalized. These provisions could reduce or even eliminate your Social Security benefits, even though you had earned them through your other work. The Fairness Act eliminated these penalties, and the results are dramatic. About 3 million people are now eligible for benefit increases, with the average increase being around $360 per month, But some people are seeing their monthly checks go up by $1,000 or more. Imagine getting an extra $12,000 per year in retirement income just because an unfair penalty was finally removed. This change alone is boosting the average Social Security payment across the board because these 3 million people who were previously getting reduced benefits are now getting their full amounts. And if you're someone who is affected by these provisions, you might want to contact Social Security to make sure you're getting the benefits you're entitled to. There's also a demographic factor at play. As more baby boomers retire, and as people who had higher paying careers throughout their lives start claiming benefits, the overall average is naturally going up. People who worked in professional careers and paid the maximum amount into Social Security over their working years are now claiming benefits, and their higher benefit amounts are pulling the average up. But here's the critical question that every future retiree needs to answer. When should you actually claim your Social Security benefits? Because the timing of this decision can literally make or break your retirement financial security. You can start claiming Social Security as early as age 62, but there's a significant catch. If you claim at 62, your monthly benefit will be permanently reduced by about 25% to 35%, depending on your full retirement age. That reduction stays with you for life. It's not something that gets corrected later. Your full retirement age depends on when you were born, but for most people today, it's around 67. If you wait until your full retirement age to claim, you get 100% of your calculated benefit. But here's where it gets interesting. If you can afford to wait even longer, your benefits actually grow. For every year you delay claiming benefits past your full retirement age, up until age 70, your monthly benefit increases by about 8%. That's a guaranteed 8% return on your money, which is better than most investments can promise. By age 70, your monthly benefit could be 24% to 32% higher than it would have been at your full retirement age. Let's put this in real numbers. Say your full retirement age benefit would be $2,000 per month. If you claim at 62, you might only get $1,400 per month, but if you wait until 70, you could get $2,500 or more per month. Over a 20-year retirement, that's the difference between receiving $336,000 and $600,000 in total benefits. But timing isn't just about maximizing the monthly amount. You also have to consider your health, your life expectancy, your current financial needs, and whether you're still working. If you're in poor health or have a family history of shorter lifespans, claiming earlier might make sense even with the reduced monthly amount. There's also the question of what happens if you're still working. If you claim Social Security before your full retirement age and you're still earning income, there's an earnings test that could reduce your benefits. In 2024, if you're under your full retirement age and earning more than $22,320 per year, Social Security will reduce your benefits by $1 for every $2 you earn above that limit. Now, here's something most people don't know. If you claim Social Security and then change your mind, you have options. Within the first 12 months after your benefits are approved, you can withdraw your claim entirely. You'll have to pay back every penny you received, but then you can reapply later at a higher benefit amount. This 12-month rule provides some flexibility for people who might have made a hasty decision. Maybe you claimed early because you were worried about political changes, but then you realized you don't actually need the money right now and would be better off waiting for a higher benefit. As long as you can pay back what you've received, and it's been less than 12 months, you can essentially do over your claiming decision. But this isn't something to count on or plan around. The better approach is to make an informed decision from the start. You need to assess your personal financial situation honestly. Do you need the income now, or can you afford to wait? Are you in good health with a family history of longevity? Are you still working and earning income that might trigger the earnings test? You should also consider how your decision affects your spouse. If you're married, your claiming decision doesn't just impact you. It impacts your spouse's potential survivor benefits. If you claim early and get a reduced monthly benefit, your spouse's survivor benefit will also be reduced if you die first. There are online calculators available through the Social Security Administration and other reputable financial websites that can help you model different scenarios. You can input your earnings history, your expected retirement age, and other factors to see how different claiming strategies would affect your lifetime benefits.